Hey, so today, something arrived through the post that's made me very happy. So, with this is going to be a quick intro. I'm just going to send you straight to it. This is my second episode of.
Subscriber man.
Hey, so this is a little insert that I'm going to put just before the opening for my subscriber mail video. This is recorded like a few videos later because I thought I'm going to get hammer a couple of videos out while I've got the setup. I'm going to mumble a lot. I'm going to cut a lot, and I'm going to be all over the place. Absolute shock is the best way to describe how I was seeing what I saw. And the wonderful, thoughtful gift from Ant. So, yeah, thank you very much. Enjoy the video, and if anything, if you just stay long enough to see what Ant got me, please make sure you follow the links in the description below. Follow him on Instagram, subscribe to him on YouTube, and thank you very much, Ant, mate. It really means a lot. Thank you. Right. So yes, this is my second episode of Subscriber Mail. The package you see in front of you was delivered today by our lovely postie, and it's excuse me, clear my throat. It was a gift from Ant, the Lost Boy. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. I'll also leave a link to his Instagram. Thank you very much. I've said it a million times to you already, but I can't thank you enough. Receiving stuff like this, things like this, is just, it really isn't something that I know I droned on about it in the last one, and I'm sorry about that. But it's like, I never expected anything like this, and it's just absolutely it helps. I don't know if it's because of depression or something, but it's like stuff like that. Receiving stuff like this, it's like I get a wave of happiness and a wave of positivity come out. So when I say receiving things like this makes me feel happy, it really does. I would show you the other side, but it's got my address and stuff on it. So, as I said, I will leave a link to Ant's Instagram and also his YouTube channel in the description. Thank you very much, mate. Now, there is a lot of tape on here, so I'm going to cut, and then I will come back with at least the ability to take the stuff out without having accidentally damaged anything. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in you'll see me in 2 seconds, but this is going to take me a minute, so back in a bit. Right, we're back. Now, as you can see, it actually didn't take too long. And you did a wonderful job with the sellotape, mate. It was quite easy for me to use. Hold on, I'll shove the end of it in. My sharp knife. I use a steak knife to get through this stuff. To open the end up. So this is going to be the first time I'm seeing this. It's not coming out right. There we go. Everything shook for a sec. My world shook for a second. Oh, I tried to be neat with it, mate. I tried to be neat, but it's not working. Here we go. Ooh, icy orange. Oh, I know what they are. Oh, Just double checking there isn't a note hidden in here somewhere. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. I was having a conversation previously with Ant about my collection of Bruce Lee books, and he mentioned to me that he had some of the fighting method books. Let's see, there you go, it says it there, volumes 1, 3 and 4.
One eternity later.
Right, so I don't know how much of this video I've cut out, because I tend to ramble when I literally can't form words in my head to speak, because that's how I talk. Is I'll be thinking of something and then I'll say it. I'll process it through my head, then I'll say it. It's how I protect myself from putting foot in mouth. But when I can't think of the words to say, it's sort of everything just blur out. So I will have cut a lot of this out. But at the end of the day, I just want to say thank you to you, Ant, and it means a lot. These will go nicely in my collection. Thank you very much.
And now for something completely different.
Hello, and welcome to much later in the day. In fact, it's the evening. I'll be having a shower in a minute. I keep getting muddled. I keep making mistakes. I'm going to edit keep bits from the original video where I've got showing you what the package and pulling the bits out of the package. But again, here they are. The wonderful and thoughtful gift from Ant, the Lost Boy. Absolutely fantastic books. I'm looking forward to digging into them. The reason Ant was aware that I wanted these was because way back when, I think it was 16th or 18th of March, I uploaded a video called Freebies from Facebook and Thank Yous. Now, in the video, I start off by talking about how I'd just seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, gave a little mini, one of my reviews about it, and later on in the video, I mentioned how I picked up a bunch of books from a gentleman off Facebook, a bunch of the Bruce Lee library for free, and that he also gave me, because it was in pretty rough condition, Showdown Little Tokyo. So in the comments, Ant just mentioned that he had a couple of books and that they were easy to find on eBay. Sorry, not eBay, Amazon. And I said, cool, I'll look them up. Didn't get around to it, but Ant, as you know and as you can see, sent them to me. Completely no idea what he was sending. I didn't know what he was sending, and as I said, this little conversation between us happened months ago. He also mentioned in that comment that I could do a little show and tell of the books I have. So what I'm going to do, again, thank you, Ant mate. These are fantastic, and I'm going to look forward to digging into them. But this is for you, really. You're inspiring this, so I'm going to do this for you. This was the very first book that I picked up. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. It's the UK edition, because it doesn't have the gold strip there. Excuse the dirty nails. Like it's got gold here. It doesn't have the gold here, which was in the UK editions only. In the US editions only. The gold strip that said Volume X or Volume whatever. Now, being a huge fan of Bruce Lee growing up, I mean, regularly bullied, it was like a cathartic outlet for me to see him kicking people's ass. But as I've grown up more, and as I grew up more, and I grew sort of appreciation for martial arts, it sort of became like the person who I would regularly seek out in book form, in film, would be Bruce Lee. I have a huge Jet Li collection, Jackie Chan collection, a load of Jackie Chan boutique stuff. I used to have a huge selection of Bruce Lee DVDs, but during my purge, when me and the missus were needing to get rid of stuff, I ended up losing a lot of it. And I've been holding off on buying the Bruce Lee Blu-ray sets because I want to get the best, but unfortunately the best at the minute is the Criterion collection, which came out a year or so ago, I think, and that is Region A locked. I will be getting a multi-region player soon, and when I do, that's the first set I'm getting. But I have a couple of the Hong Kong collection DVDs, and they're absolutely amazing. So, yeah, my little ramble about that. This was my very first book, and I completely read it when I first got it. If you could say it's unfortunately or thankfully, I forgot most of it because of my brain fog and other things. But this, if you haven't ever read any Bruce Lee books, this is a fantastic book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's that. Now I'll move that off to the side. I'm going to keep the gift from Ant as central backing for this. The next book I bought I was really deep in my depression, and I mean, I wouldn't exactly have admitted I was depressed back then. I can admit it now, because being depressed, you have to admit some things. I picked this up, and it's essentially volume 7 in the Bruce Lee library. Again, UK edition doesn't have anything here. And it is quotes. In the book, there's sections about different aspects of life, and it's filled in each section with random quotes. I'll find one for you. Adaptability. The importance of adaptation. The inability to adapt brings destruction. Adaptation is stillness in the movement. Adaptation is stillness in movement. The stillness in stillness is not the real stillness. Only when there is stillness in movement does the universal rhythm manifest. Mind-bending stuff. You could ask me what I think that means. But I couldn't tell you. Which is probably a good thing. That's probably a good thing. Because I'm pretty sure all of these, if you were able to say you knew the answer instantly, then that you couldn't. Everything requires thought. And if you know the answer instantly, you're not learning anything. You're not improving. You're not developing as a person. To pinch something that I've regularly seen in these shows. In order to learn, you must first empty your cup. Forget what you think you know, and move forward as if you knew nothing. There, let's go with that. Right, I don't know how much of this I've cut out, by the way. But yeah, that was my second purchase book. Moving on to like 10-15 years later, and I picked these up. These were the freebies that I picked up. And you'll tell the difference immediately from the way the books look. So this is volume 1. Sorry, volume 2. Volume 2. Bruce Lee, Tower of Kung Fu. Then we have, this is where you're going to see the difference in my copy. Same picture, but mine has more red than gold, and the gold is on the other side. Jeet Kune Do, and it is Volume 3. I look forward to getting into this to see the differences in my current copy, or my other copy. This is a big one. Expressing the Human Body. Compiled and edited by John Little. Sorry, The Art of Expressing the Human Body. There we go. And there we go. That's the picture of Bruce. And let's see if I can get this up. Volume 4. And then there's Letters of the Dragon, Correspondence. My eyesight's playing up on me. I want to say 58 to 73. Yep, that was correct. And here we go, Volume 5. Now, those were the books I'd previously gotten, including the 2 purchased and the freebies off of Facebook. Right. Hello, it cut me off. Haha. There's still, as I was saying, there's still a few more in the Bruce Lee library that I intend to get, and I will be getting them in the US release form with the, as you can see, the gold along the left side, and then the little thing that says the volume, and that will include the Striking Thought, so we'll look for that as well. I will also look for Basic Training, which is volume 2 of this set, and that will, well, first, that will make the completionist in me happy, and second, it will also give me something that I can focus on reading whenever I go out walking, or if I just do something and I want to distract myself for a little while. I have many books. I have a little mini library in this house, which, I say mini library, there are books scattered everywhere, as well as DVDs and Blu-rays. But I'm getting the urge to read when you're depressed is very difficult. It really is. So I will be getting into them fairly soon. Absolutely. Especially these. Especially these. So again, I say, with an absolute, how can I put this? I can't put this in any way. This is why I say I mumble. It means a great deal, receiving these thoughtful gifts. I say thoughtful because it's something that Ant knew I was a big Bruce fan. He knew that I didn't have these specific books without me fully telling him everything I had, and it wasn't just, you know, a pick up something and send it. It was these have meaning, so I appreciate this. And I'm going to end this video by saying I don't have much, but if there's anything that you are after, I put the same thing forward for John Monticello Movies when he sent me something. I know you don't do this to receive. Sorry, I'm doing stuff with my hands, but you don't see it. I know you didn't do this to receive a gift back, but if there's a little, like a list of Blu-rays or DVDs or book comics or something that you're after, if you want to throw me the list over Instagram, when I'm paid, I'll see if I can pick something up. Thank you very much. And please don't feel insulted by the offer. It's how I am. I can't receive something without needing to offer something in return. So thank you very much, mate. It means a lot. This is going to count as the outro, by the way, because the outro I recorded was earlier. I mumbled more. It's going to cut straight to the end. So Ant, thank you very much, mate. Means a lot. And for my second subscriber mail, so far both of them have been awesome. Thank you guys very much. Means a lot. I'll see you soon. Hey, yeah, I'm going to clip this right at the end instead of it just going away. This is what my martial arts section looks like. I have my books there. Yeah, my Buffy stuff underneath there. I'm running out of space for DVDs and Blu-rays. It's like I'd got mostly anime and manga here, and then it was a mix of anime, manga, and Asian and English dubbed. As in, when I say Asian, I mean original language martial arts from, say, Cine Asia or Hong Kong Legends, and the same for there, like more English stuff, as you can see, Best of the Best, and Pit Fighter, Drive, obviously some stuff just down there. This is because it says I'm running out of space. That Ip Man should be behind, just under there, like just under along here, but I'm running out of room. So yeah, this is like my mini martial arts section. So there's that. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day, and I will, well, if this goes up tonight, have a great evening. I'll see you all soon. See you later from Santa Cruz.